Good morning. Welcome back to True Talk with Dee Dee. Hi, guys. Guys, today, I have a lot planned today. Hopefully, today, I'm able to get everything I need to get done because honestly, I just want to make sure that I'm able to go to my doctor's appointment, go to work. I know y'all like, what? Yes, and record. As y'all know though, by now, Dina, Dee Dee, however you want to call me, I can do it, guys. I really honestly can do it. So I just have to be a little focused on what I'm doing. Now, you may see me look off again. I am at work in real time. So I'm logging off in a few, like I said, to go to my doctor's appointment. And then I'm still trying to record a video for you guys. So hopefully I can do both of that. If this start getting better as I'm doing it, I may start vlogging when I go to my appointments. I may start vlogging when I go to see my parents or when I go see my family. Just either way, I just may start vlogging. May. Do not hold me to it. So, as you can see by the title, it says what happens to our faith, right? So it talks about what happens to our faith when life is not working. We need to really address this topic in title. Let's address it because so many of us have faith when things are working out in our favor, when life is happy, and when things are going great with the kids, or if you have children, and if things going great with your hubby and the family life, everything goes great, you have your faith. But what happens when life just doesn't give us the okay? Or the aha moments, or the best memories, or the most happiest time. So, what I mean by that is life can throw so many things at us, right? Just recently, I witnessed somebody who ran out of gas. They was on the road and they were kicking their car, going crazy. And I'm just sitting there looking like, why is this person so upset? It's okay. Let's find a solution. But why are you mad? You were just happy. And I noticed that their faith got deteriorated just from that moment. They were like, nothing ever works out. Stuff is always, and I'm like, that's not how you was talking a minute ago. Where was your faith at? So I'm noticing that a lot of times when we're going through stuff in life, our faith stalls when things are not working or life isn't working the way we want life to work. Excuse me. So our faith takes a back seat. I'm not saying just you guys' faith, mine does it too. But it's like, why are we doing that? Because our same faith and our same God doesn't change. All God asks is for a mustard seed of faith. Do you know how small a mustard seed is? A mustard seed is so small. Let me see if I can find something that I can show y'all how small a mustard seed is. Let me show you how small a mustard seed is. Do you know a mustard seed of faith? Hold on. I think I can find something though, just to give you an equivalent to how small, and it may be smaller than this. This is how small. I don't know if y'all can see that. This is how small a mustard seed is. So when we're saying a mustard seed of faith, that's how small your faith can be. God wants us to have that type of faith. And the truth is, my faith is way bigger than a mustard seed, right? So what happens when we don't even have a mustard seed of faith in time of trouble, trauma, life woes or concerns, bills, marriages, not just finances, but all kinds of things, anything. And I want to talk about, what do y'all do at that time? What are y'all really doing when your faith is gone and it has depleted itself in that short bit of time or in that long bit of time? But what happens when your faith supersedes, like, it's like my faith no longer is there, but the problem is bigger than my faith? Why is that? So let me give you guys an experience of my own. So there was a time my faith was definitely tested. I think one period in my life I was living in an apartment, and this apartment wasn't like what you would call, I'm not gonna say it was not livable conditions, because it was okay as far as the condition. It was just the area that I was in. And then it was like, at that time, I was by myself, kind of like in cross between like end of marriage and and actually about to get a divorce. So it was like I was by myself though, because everything I was doing, I had to count on me, because he was already aware that this wasn't, going to finish out. So I had to depend on how I was going to get my food, how I was going to pay my own bills, what was I going to do about my health situation, because I knew I didn't have health insurance at that time. And I knew that he wasn't trying to, help, because he's like, we're leaving this. So, and he's right. So my faith started depleting, because when I thought I had it in the bag, I end up losing my job, right? And when I lost my job, it was due to me calling in and out because of my health situation. So when my boss told me she was sorry about this and all that, and she just couldn't no longer keep me on, because the time frame that I'm coming to work is not going to supersede the time frame that I have the projects I got to do, the work I got to do. And she just felt like, we can't carry you on, and I'm sorry. So I understood, but I also felt like, why now, right? And when it happened, I knew one more paycheck was coming, and I wasn't sure how this was going to cover the max of what I'm already going through. So paycheck came, blah, 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 right? Paycheck came, and I had to pay all the bills, and I knew I was still short by $400 and some dollars on my bills. And I was sitting there like, if I'm short and I can't pay this, then the next thing I'm gonna hear is, you're going to get kicked out of your place. So I'm fearing this. I'm fearing like how this is going to happen, what's going to happen to me. And in the midst of my fear, I'm noticing my faith was depleting, because I was like, Lord, look at this. God, I mean, I know you see this. What's going on? I was crying. I was hurt. And my faith was I didn't know my faith was being tested at the time. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my gosh, ain't nothing going to work. And I was saying things, speaking negative out because of what I was seeing. I didn't look at this situation with my spiritual eyes. I was looking at it with my flesh. And I just kept saying, ain't nothing going to work, because this is what it's showing me. Ain't nothing going to work because, Lord, you let them like fire me. And I mean, I'm blaming God, and God is probably in the back of his mind going, how are you blaming me when I told you what to do for your health? I won't listen. Okay. So I just felt like I was going to be safe. So I kept looking for work, looking for work. Long story short, the more I kept looking for work, the more I kept getting, you're overqualified, you're overqualified. Hold on, you don't have this. I need you to go get certified for that. Oh my goodness, you need to go back and see if you can update your resume to show this. I mean, everything kept trying to attack me to find work. And I'm like, Lord, normally I don't have a problem looking for a job. And normally I find a job within, like, I'm not even lying, y'all. I used to find a job within 2 or 3 days. Okay, because I was called a job hopper at one point in my life, and I used to just hop. I found jobs just like that, because it wasn't really hard for me, because I really did know how to assert myself, whether I had the degree or not, or whether I had the experience or not. I was good at asserting myself and selling my experience. I really was, right? So it wasn't that I wasn't using the same tactics. It wasn't that I wasn't doing the same things. It was something in this still wasn't showing me your faith is being tested. I still couldn't see that, guys. All I saw was the situation. All I saw was this job told me no. All I saw was I may get kicked out. All I saw was this bill ain't paid. All I saw was this marriage is about to end. I couldn't see nothing else from what was going on spiritually. I only saw with my flesh. When God says, not by sight, and literally not by sight, but by faith, I'm literally like, when they say not by sight, that means you cannot have faith in the things seen, but the stuff that's unseen. Okay. So it was so hard, y'all, because I kept saying, this is not fair to me. I kept like saying, maybe I'm doing it different. So I switched up my resume. It was going on week 3, y'all. I switched up my resume. I said, okay, maybe I need to call these people and do it right. It still was giving the same results. Do you know, I was at my last rope. I said, Lord, that's it. The lady called me and said, ma'am, I'm going to have to give you a 21-30 days to evacuate, because we haven't received your money, your rest of your money yet. So I'm sitting here like, okay, Lord, you're not only testing my faith, you about to put me in a situation where I ain't got nowhere to go. So I'm like, what is going on, y'all? So at this point, I'm crying, I'm going through, I'm ready to throw in the towel. The moment I was ready to throw in the towel, I had to really get into a quiet place. And I'm going to tell y'all what happens. When you are at the end of your rope, you have to call on him. I wasn't calling on him. I was complaining to him. I wasn't calling on him. I wasn't believing in him. I just kept complaining and complaining. I finally stopped complaining. I looked up and I said, Lord, is this a test? Are you testing me? Because I feel so tested right now. And I said, Father, could you please send me a sign that I can get through this? Because right now I'm feeling weak. I'm ready to throw in the towel. And you know I am. I have less than a week to get this right. Guys, stuff was hitting me left and right. The divorce finally was final, finally went through. And now I was at a point where I was literally alone, like physically, mentally, and emotionally. I felt like that, right? When your faith is tested, you're going through these things, you feel alone, okay? So I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness. So I just fell to my knees. I fell to my knees. When I fell to my knees and I prayed, I lift my hands up and I said, Lord, I surrender. And I didn't say just surrender. I said, I surrender all. I hear what you're trying to tell me. I know my faith is being tested. Please show me. By the time I finish speaking in tongues, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, is when you are directly connected to Christ, and you are speaking in a language where the devil cannot come in and try to block anything. Okay. So we'll learn more about that on other videos. You guys should stay tuned and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification button for more videos like that. Just want to do a little call to action on that one. But listen to me when I tell you, when I fell to my knees and I lift my hand up and surrender to God, you guys, when I tell you in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, I want to say 5 to 10, I got a phone call saying, Miss Smith, I just want to contact you right now to let you know we have saw your resume. Everything looks good. We are looking for someone like you. And when she told me how much the pay was, when she told me that I can start in the next week, I knew that was God. So that's why I'm asking you guys. I just wanted to give you a short experience. I'm asking you guys, who is facing these traumas? Who are facing these concerns and these doubts? Who in here right now need a job? Who in here right now been looking for work after they went to school, or looking for work after they graduated from high school? Or maybe you're looking for work, period, because you got kids to feed and you got a mouth to feed, or you got your own mouth to feed and you got bills. Who right now is discouraged in this time? Who right now feel like their faith is lacking? Let's take it from a job. Let's say this. Let's move the job out the way and let's just talk about regular life. You're feeling down. You don't know how this season is going to be. This is 2025. You haven't heard nothing yet and you're feeling like this is too much for you. You can't handle it no more. Who right now can say your faith is being tested? You're trying to walk in the right direction, but life don't feel like it's working for you. And all you feel like is God is not there, and you keep calling him. You keep praying to him. You're not getting an answer. Let me tell you something. Your victory is in your patience, because your victory is coming. It's in your patience. Somebody out there right now feel like letting go. Somebody out there right now don't even want to do this no more. Don't want to wake up. They don't want to love on nobody. They don't want to love on themselves. They're giving up all hope. Their anxiety picked up. Their depression got worse. Talk to me and listen to me at the same time. Say amen in the comments when you know this is resonating with you. Say amen in the comments when you know your faith being tested and you know your patience. Your patience is the key. You don't have long. God is trying to bless you, but you have to set aside all of those doubts and those fears. And you got to set aside worrying about what you see in the flesh and worry about what God is telling you in your spirit. He is telling you in your spirit. He nudges you every day and tell you, wake up anyway. Show up anyway. Have faith on purpose anyway. Believe in me anyway, because you see me do it before. If you know you seen God do it, he woke you up this morning. He got you out of bed. You have something to eat on your table. You know he's already there. Stop what you're doing. Leave that doubt alone. Focus on faith. Have faith despite of your circumstance. Have faith despite of how the situation look. Have faith despite of whether or not you don't know if you can feed your kids. Have faith despite of whether or not you don't know if you're going to be able to move in that house. You don't know if you're going to be able to move in that apartment. Have faith despite of whether or not you know you're going to get that job or that husband. Have faith anyway. Because God said there's power in your faith, but there's a blessing in your patience. I'm going to say it again. God said there is power in your faith, but there is a blessing in your patience. You hear me? Y'all hear me? There is power in your faith. And he ain't asking but nothing but for a mustard seed of it. Y'all need me to pick that mustard seed of faith back up. Y'all need me to pick it up again. The mustard seed of faith. Come on now. Somebody, talk to me. Stop doubting because life ain't working. Stop procrastinating because life ain't working. Stop putting yourself and your family through turmoil because life ain't working. Get up and tell your kids, we're going to have faith in this. You're not going to see your mother or your father. If it's just your mama, that's fine. If it's just your daddy, that's fine. If it's both, that's fine too. But you need to tell your kids, get up right now, because you got to see a woman of God have faith. You're not going to see me doubt God. As my child, you're going to see me win. Because you're going to know when my mother went through adversaries, when my mother went through trauma, when my mother went through life experiences, when life wasn't working for her, my mama told me to call on God. My daddy told me to call on God. My parents told me to call on God. You better call on God now. When your faith is lacking, you call on God. When you're not sure how you're going to do this, you call on God. All he's asking for is a mustard seed of faith. Look it up. Mustard seed. Mustard seed. And I should, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna put the scripture right here for you. Mustard seed of faith. That's all he wants. That's all he asks for. Life is going to show up and show out and go up and go down. We can't do nothing about life. We can't stop life. We can't stop what it does. We can't stop how it works. We can't stop how it goes around. The planet is a round planet. We can't stop it. But what we could do when we face with stuff that we don't know how to handle, we say, Lord, I give it to you. I give it to you because I don't want to lose faith in this. I give it to you because my flesh trying to lie to me. I give it to you because the Spirit of God is telling me that it's bigger than me. This is bigger than you. Where is your faith when life is not working? Where is your faith when life is not working? Hello? Hello? Where is it? Can you find it? I mean, it's a mustard seed, so it's real hard to find. I need you all to understand the way this world gonna go, how things about to shift, not just in 2025, but over the next couple of years, y'all, it's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna test our faith. You think the president ain't testing our faith now? So many people out here scared because government finances is about to be moved. Things is about to be happening. Jobs taken away. Where is your faith? Because it cannot rely in those things. How is you having faith in things but not God? I'll wait. But you know I ain't going to wait too long. How are you having faith in man but not God? How are you out here having faith in school, your job, your paycheck? Who you think provided that? Look, I need you to find the favor, the faith that he's given you before, that he given you last year, the faith that he's given you months ago, years ago. You got to understand, this is a forever God who is unchanging. So the same way he can did it in 2022, 2023, he can do it in 2025. Now he didn't say he gonna move the same way, or his blessings will be the same way, but he said he can do it for you what? Again. And he also said if he can do it for one, he can do for what? Another. You got to have faith, guys. I know life is hitting us. I know things look so real when we see them. I know our flesh talks to us more than the spirit. That's because we ain't listening. So that should tell you something. If I feel bitter and I feel down and I feel discouraged, That got to be my faith. That got to be my faith. Look, guys, we got to do better. We got to know better. We got to have better. And in order to have all of those beautiful things, faith is the lesson here. We need to apply faith to everything we do in life. Guys, I don't want to preach to you. I just wanted to drop the message of faith. And I hope this resonated with somebody out there who may think they lost their faith or who have lost their faith. I hope that you can grab life by the horns and say that this ain't got control over me. God got control over it. Why don't you hand all your stuff back to God and stop trying to handle it yourself? Listen to me. Have the faith that you're supposed to have so you can get the things that you're worth and worth deserving, okay? So let me explain something to you guys. I'm going to talk more about faith and more videos coming because faith is all the key here, okay? That's the only thing you got to determine your next step. Because if you ain't got no faith, it's going to show. It's going to show up through your kids, your family, and your home. So all I can tell you, babies, faith is key, but patience is a virtue. So please, whatever you do, keep your faith. Keep your word open to God. Let God know your troubles. Hand him over your concerns and your battles. He'll forever changing God. He's a great God, and he's never ever changing. But he's the kind of God that will let you know when your faith is being tested. And the way you know your faith being tested is when he tell you where your faith at, because you keep on getting hit with stuff. That's when you know you're being tested. When you're doing all you can. After you've done all you can, just stand. It's another video. You gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe to get these videos, y'all. And go look at some previous videos. You will see why your faith being tested. Okay? Anyway, babies, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in with Two Talk with Dee Dee. Please be blessed on purpose. Have a great rest of your day and the rest of your week. I'm going to try to do these uploads daily for you. But like I said, have faith on purpose. Love you, babies. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.